Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the committee sub.
We have a committee sub and a motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Committee sub is adopted. We are now considering House Bill 241 as amended by committee substitute number 1. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, today is a historic day for the citizens of Kentucky and the General Assembly. For the first time in the Commonwealth's history, the General Assembly filed its budget bill on the 4th day of this session. Since the filing of House Bill 241 and HB 1, recommendations and input from the administration have been received and adjustments have been made. Now we will hear HB 241 and HB 1 today. They are a culmination of 8 months of tireless work. During the interim, we heard from various agencies, stakeholders, and citizens across the Commonwealth. Regardless of how you vote on HB 241 and HB 1 today, members should take pride in this historic movement to realign the budget process with the General Assembly. This process makes the budget more transparent to the General Assembly and the citizens of Kentucky. Today, we are doing what we were elected to do, the people's work. And the budget bills are the most important bills we will pass this legislation. That's why we designated this year's priority bill, House Bill 1, the budget bill. However, Mr. Chairman, this would not have been possible without the many dedicated people who worked on this historic budget. At this time, I would like to thank the LRC staff, the budget staff, specifically Jenny Bannister. She put more hours into this process than she would ever admit and did it selflessly. Jenny and her team, that's behind me here in the meeting room today, are examples of the many hard-working and dedicated people we have in this agency. Next, I would like to thank our legislative assistant, Stacey Jacobs, from scheduling meetings to any request that the chairman and I had. She served the state and her agency well. Also, I'd like to thank our partisan staff, Frank Willey and Jacob Estes, for countless hours of dedication to this historical process. The chairman and I could not have done this without you all. Thank you very much.
And I'm going to stop you at that point. I don't do this a lot. Y'all know I don't. But I'm going to echo exactly what Representative Reed just said. I want to make sure that everybody understands. Jenny Bannister heads up all budget staff. That covers everything. There's so much work, it's unbelievable. I mean, just literally unbelievable, and you would almost say Herculean in the ability to move things and get things and do things and analyze things without exception. Just tremendously good work. Staff, budget staff that's in the room, and I know there may be more, but if you will stand up, please. These people cover all the subject matters, and these people are go-to. They understand, they help inform on history. We need information. They go to the executive branch. They go to whatever source they can come up with, and they help us. And without y'all, this budgets just simply wouldn't be possible, period. So thank you very much. And then with our legislative assistant, Stacey, I know you're listening. All I can say is a simple thank you. She's done above and beyond. With our policy analysts, Frank and Jacob, thank y'all. Just so much work, so much insight. Doesn't matter whether you like the bill or not. The work has been put in. It's been put in good faith, and it's been a tremendous amount of it. Now, anything else, Mr. Representative Reed?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, and last and not least, I would like to thank you, the gentleman from Todd, for your vision and allowing me to be a part of this process. Chairman Santoro, you may proceed.
Thank you all. House Bill 241 is a transportation operation budget. This budget is the beginning to the end of underfunding our operations budget, and I will now try to explain it to you all. We are taking $200 million from the general fund and $200 million from the restricted fund. So this is a total of $400 million. We're also going to fund $1 billion from the federal funds and $1.6 billion of road fund money. The reason we're doing this is we're going to finally fund our operations of the transportation budget. I work closely with them. Let's talk about some competitive grants at this time. We're going to provide $200 million for a required state match for federal infrastructure packages. There are several of those. They have the RAISE grants, we have infra grants, and mega grants. We're going to fund this stuff so that we don't have to take the money from other areas. Now I want to go to local governments. It includes $50 million in each year, and I want to repeat this, $50 million in each year for special grants to help local governments with road maintenance. That's a total of $100 million. We're going to split this between our counties and our cities. So it's 50% to the counties, 50% to the cities. What county judge or city mayor wouldn't want to have this for maintenance? That's all I hear about is how they're underfunded. Well, we're going to fund it, this General Assembly. I want to talk about general aviation now. General aviation airport. I'm not talking about the big three. I'm talking about the 57 general all out through our whole community. $11.4 million each year for a grant pool for available funds for these 57 airports. Some of them don't even have nice runways. We're going to take care of this stuff. $200,000 each year for each of the 57 airports. You know, we hear about economic development. We hear about this and that. Well, we want these CEOs and these people to come in and look at rural areas of Kentucky where we can get them to invest in our state. If we don't have these people flying in and out, because they only come in for a day and they're leaving, they just want to see the great Commonwealth. Now I want to talk about pavement management. We're going to replace over we're going to have over $180 million in allocations that was formerly charged out of the road funds with general fund dollars and move this amount to the maintenance account. Excuse me. The maintenance account is what we hear about: potholes, bank slippage, repaving. This is good work for our people, our highway contractors, our citizens. This is so your constituents can get to church, school, work, shopping, wherever they need to go in a safe and a good manner. I just want to say this in closing to everyone. We reignited the transportation budget. We really put the fire to it this time. First time the General Assembly has allocated sizable amount of road fund money from the general fund. I know we're going to take money from Peter to pay Paul, but it has to happen. If we don't have transportation, we don't have anything in this Commonwealth. We crafted an operation budget so the people of Kentucky have funding for maintenance and ability to match federal funds. We're going to match every federal fund dollar we can. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.